In this video, we'll talk about room setup basics and some tips on how to set up your speakers before you run the Dirac Live calibration. In order to perform the full Dirac Live calibration, you'll need to start with a compatible AVR or preamp processor, as well as a connection to the internet directly into the Ethernet port of the AVR that connects to the home network as well as out to the internet. You'll also need a compatible laptop, Macintosh, or PC, as well as a calibration microphone and a microphone stand with a 20-foot USB cable to connect the microphone directly to the laptop. In addition, you should always have a tape measure and some masking tape. Before running any room calibration system, make sure the room is completely ready with furniture placed where it should be. To be sure also that all the speakers are placed on stands or on spikes as necessary. Check the room to make sure there are no additional vibration or resonances that could be caused by a loose fixture or by a lamp or something like that. And be sure to run the Dirac Live calibration as the last step in any complete home entertainment setup. Speaker placement is very important before running the Dirac Live calibration. For floor standing speakers, place them on spikes where possible, and for bookshelf speakers, place them on sturdy stands, or if they're in a shelf, bring them as close to the room as possible. For in-ceiling and in-wall speakers, make sure they're installed properly and check the grills for any additional vibrations. Subwoofers can be tricky. We suggest starting in the corner or near a wall, but test the bass signal and run all the speakers. And if you have too much bass, you may want to consider bringing the sub or the speakers a little closer into the room. If there isn't enough bass, you may want to experiment with pushing them closer to the wall or in other positions. But always do a sound check of your system with material that you're familiar with so you get a good idea where the speakers are set, and then you can proceed with the calibration. Proper furniture placement and room layout is critical to get right before you start any room calibration. We suggest placing the main seating positions across from the left and right front speakers roughly the same distance as they are apart from one another. If you have hard surfaces such as hardwood floor or tile, we suggest placing an area rug over it. Avoid putting a coffee table or any other obstructions in front of the listening area or the speakers. And if you have a lot of windows, we suggest placing blinds or curtains over them. We also suggest keeping your furniture away from walls where possible, as this can add unnecessary bass or added resonances to the room. We also suggest considering professional acoustic treatment for your room to help finalize the room for the calibration. Consult with your dealer if you have more questions.